taught here, we followed each other to school a lot of days. He would either follow me or I would follow him, and so this year when I come to work, I think about Mr. Bartlett every day and I pray for his family. We miss him.
So many things that I love about Mr. Bartlett, but the one thing that it makes me smile and laugh was when he pretended to be Miss Simonson on the intercom, and he talked with her voice, well actually it was his voice, saying, "Kiddos, please vote for me as a sheriff for the school." That's what I remember, and he made us laugh a lot.
To share a memory I have of Mr. Bartlett. It's one that I don't know if very many people remember, but my very first year here at Cedar Heights, being the new person, I wasn't really sure about a lot of people, but some of the teachers dressed up for Halloween. And some of the teachers at Cedar Heights decided to go as Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And they recruited Mr. Bartlett to dress up as Prince Charming. And he was a great sport, dressed to the T like Prince Charming. I will never forget that. I want to share one other memory I have of Mr. Bartlett, and it's not a school memory, but it's just a fond memory I have of Mr. Bartlett. It's a memory of Mr. Bartlett playing music, and I would go to church every Christmas Eve with my mother-in-law at Mr. Bartlett's church. And I will never forget walking into the foyer of the church and seeing Mr. Bartlett playing music with his music group, and you could just tell he was so happy and he was so at home with where he was. And so now when the holidays come around, I will always think of Mr. Bartlett.
I loved how funny, awesome, and kind Mr. Bartlett was. The thing I remember about Mr. Bartlett is that every time he sneezes, he sings.
About Mr. Bartlett is he did not have a bad bone in his body, and he was one of the most positive people I've ever met in my life.
What I remember most about Mr. Bartlett was that he was all about the kids and making sure that they were having a good time while they were learning their music.
Mr. Bartlett's character, and that he would always treat all the kids kindly, and he believed in every student.
Mr. Bartlett was when he was playing out in the yard with his kids, and almost every night when we'd drive by, they were either in the yard or playing the piano together.
My favorite memory of Mr. Bartlett was that no matter what you needed, he was always there for you, and he never had a question, and he always had a smile for you.
2, 1. Whenever Mr. Bartlett would sneeze, he'd always do a funny song after it. It'd always make everyone laugh in the class. About Mr. Bartlett, I love the way he dressed, sang, and directed class. He made everyone laugh. He made concerts so interesting and full. I wish he was still here. I miss you, Mr. Bartlett.
When I think of Mr. Bartlett, I think of his positive attitude, and how can anybody forget his competitiveness and love of the end of the year games against the sixth graders? Mr. Bartlett represented the 6 pillars of character every single day of his life. He taught each and every one of us much more than music.
Mr. Bartlett was a kind, caring individual. He was always able to laugh and joke with Ron and I when we were in the halls.
Bartlett is our friend.
He has always been.
And he forever will be. We will always remember Mr. Bartlett. He taught us how to read music notes.
He taught us how to play the xylophone.
And most importantly, he taught us to never give up. You will always be in our hearts.
Thank you so much for all you've done.
We will always remember you, Mr. Bartlett. But through all this grief, just smile. Thank you.